the discount code LISHAY10. Gymshark's most affordable collection. Look at that punch through. Welcome back, guys. It's your virtual fitness bestie, Kayla Lishay, and we're back at it again with a new Gymshark release try-on haul for February. I can't believe we're in the second month of the year already, but guys, this might be a really exciting drop from Gymshark, so make sure you guys check out all the details in the description box below. I'll link everything here for you guys, specifically on the US website. And of course, if you guys are looking to save a little money at checkout, make sure you guys use the discount code LISHAY10. That will get you guys 10% off. So make sure you guys plug that in, LISHAY10. It will also directly support my YouTube channel, which will allow me to do these reviews for you guys and pick up the new items, give my honest feedback and review. I haven't always been the biggest fan of Everyday Seamless, but once I saw that they were making improvements to make it less sheer, I added that to my cart so fast in multiple pieces because I do believe that it had potential. Personally, I'm a huge fan. Like, my top collection is Soft Sculpt. It is so stretchy, it feels like skin, it's buttery soft, beautiful silhouettes. I'm obsessed with the flares and the neutral colors, so I do feel like those two collections are very similar. So now that they've made it more squat proof, I think it's going to be a top contender next to Soft Sculpt. But I will do measurements for the inseams on the flares to let you guys know if it's tall girl friendly. I'll do sheerness test. I'll also give you guys a rundown on new loungewear that's come out with the Pump collection. Even though I have a code, I'm always going to be honest with you guys on fit, style, what I like, what I don't like, all that type of stuff. I just love to get as detailed as possible and put you guys onto my favorite things, and I've just been a lover of Gymshark for so long, so it is really nice to see you guys also love Gymshark as much as me, and you guys support the channel so I can do these reviews every single month for you guys. Spoiler, I already tried on a lot of this stuff just to get my first opinions and sizing and all of that. I did squat test in the new Everyday Seamless, and I am shook. I'm shook. They fixed the issues. I have one pair of Everyday Seamless in a burgundy color, and I like the skin feel of it. I would say if you are someone like me that really likes Soft Sculpt, it has its differences. It's not as buttery or as super stretchy as Soft Sculpt. I would also say it almost has a little bit more of a slickness to it. Soft Sculpt has more of a satin buttery finish, whereas Everyday Seamless has more of a shine and a slickness to it. So with that, it is sweat wicking. If you get sweaty in it, it will dry fast. I would also say it's pretty much like skin as well. Very stretchy, very soft fabric, but the Everyday Seamless is sheer, especially in the darker colors, black, the navy. That's why it was never a collection that I gravitated towards. But they said, hold up now, we're gonna give you an Everyday Seamless 2.0. We're not only gonna drop the regular leggings, but we're also gonna give you guys a washed version and flares. So I got some of everything to try out for you girls. And I got mine in a size small because I know this collection isn't as thick or ribbed as Adapt. And I know that if it's too stretchy, it might give me bunching in the crotch, and I absolutely hate that. So I went with a size small as a girl that's in between smalls and mediums. Absolutely did not get any bunching in the crotch. So I would say for sizing, if you're also in between, you can definitely size down as it is very stretchy. Let's talk about the Gymshark website description. First of all, there are 4 new colorways. I grabbed cool brown and I got this stealth blue. There's also black and then a cherry purple, which is very similar to the rich maroon, which I already have in Soft Sculpt. So I was like, let me just try something different. So these are supposed to be new and improved with a reinforced material on the glute space so that they are less sheer. It has the same ribbed contouring around the glute space. I absolutely love that feature. I think it does really accentuate the glutes without having that scrunch. There's no scrunch, but there is a faux seam in the middle to avoid having the unibutt. Similar to like Vital Seamless, I get unibutt in that, but these, because it's so soft and stretchy and thinner like skin, you can really mold this material in between whatever crevices you want to, so it's very flattering despite the fact that there's no scrunch. So if you're a girl that is simply looking for a basic simple, affordable legging, no scrunch detail, something you can wear in the gym, outside the gym for lounge that's comfortable, this would definitely be a legging for you. It also has a high-waisted fit to it with a ribbed waistband. It does have a vertical ribbed waistband. For me and my size small, it does come up at my natural waistline as someone with a shorter torso. And I do have these in a medium, and they definitely come up over my natural waistline where I would have to fold them down. So depending on the sizing that you get will determine the size of the rise. And it also is described to be a soft second skin seamless legging that you'll never want to take off. I will say the waistband can be more compressive versus soft sculpt. And I do have to say, soft sculpt is still my favorite over the 2.0, but it is way better than the normal everyday seamless because of the sheerness factor being eliminated. The makeup of the fabric is 91% nylon and 9% elastane, and I'll compare that to soft sculpt on the screen for you guys here. And they only come in one length, and that goes for the flares as well. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I mentioned the inseam length. So these are the Everyday Seamless 2.0 leggings in the stealth blue, which is such a pretty teal. Definitely leans more on the blue side. Now these do have the white logo versus soft sculpt. I just feel like I have to compare them. Soft sculpt has the tonal branding, which is my personal preference, but you do get a vertical ribbed wide waistband, which is extremely snatching on the waistline, nice and thick. The snapback is like phenomenal. Like the stretch retention is great. It's not going to stretch out and stretch away from your body while you're working out in the gym. It does not gape on me, which is amazing. So for the 2.0, you could definitely do legs in this, whereas the Everyday Seamless, like original version, absolutely not. So I definitely recommend these, even in the darker colors with the improvements that they made. They are now squat proof, and I was a little iffy about it because you just never know what you're gonna get until you get it. But look at that punch through. I'm in natural lighting. Are you kidding me? So what they ended up doing with the glute space is adding a micro ribbing on the butt. So basically when you squat down, it gives it like a thicker durability, which in my opinion also makes it more durable in the gym, where you could sit on the turf and it's not going to pill up your leggings. I also feel like this is more durable even in the regular Everyday Seamless versus soft sculpt. Soft sculpt has like a very soft buttery feel. This is definitely more performance in my opinion, but still stretchy and like skin. So I definitely recommend these for, what are they, $38? They might have added $2 extra. No, they're $38. $38. The washed leggings that I have here are $40. Still Gymshark's most affordable collection. So they do have the same colorway of just the contouring, so it's very subtle, it's not intense or anything on the glute space. So if you were a big fan of the silhouette of the regular Everyday Seamless, you're going to love these. They're just 20 times better. They're more durable and more squat proof. Again, there's no scrunch, just that faux seam that you can use to separate your glutes. I will say with these, maybe my one complaint is the gusset. The gusset is very, I don't know, it's very odd. Like, I don't know, it can emphasize your kitty in certain movements like RDLs, or if you're doing like a high stance leg press. Like, I just don't like how it, how it squeezes it sometimes. So I just prefer, whenever I'm doing workouts like that, to put a sweatshirt in between my crotch like that, because I just don't need people looking at my kitty like that in the gym. But it does have a oval gusset. It's still very stretchy given the ribbing. It's very micro. If you can even tell the difference between the ribbing on the waistband to the new ribbing on the glute space, it's very micro. So it's very comfortable. I don't really notice a difference. I do think that it almost adds a little more of a lift and a shaping because it has that durability, that thickness and support. And the rest of the legging is just the normal slickness. And these are more of a cropped inseam on me, so I will always wear like my high Gymshark socks, so you can't really ever tell. I just like to layer them, but I would say that they can stretch out a little bit too. So if you're looking for a good affordable legging, definitely check out and consider picking up a set from the Everyday Seamless 2.0 and sizing down again if in between. I love this color. They came out with matching minimal bras, and I definitely want to pick one up as a set. but I actually opted to try the Everyday Seamless short sleeve top. I got this in a size small because I've been gravitating towards sets that are more like outfits, not just like a bra with leggings or whatever. So I was really excited to see that they had mid-length tops, they had tank tops, all that good stuff, and these are the type of silhouettes that I love from my soft sculpt pieces. So I went with a size small. Again, I could probably do medium as well, so it's more of a BBL fit. It has that same subtle contouring underneath the bust area. Very stretchy, very sweat wicking, could also be worn in the gym, outside of the gym. I think these would be perfect pieces for me to wear, you know, if you want to warm up and then wear like the cute matching bra underneath and take it off and hit your upper body day, whatever. I would do every workout style in this set. I just absolutely love the full coverage. They have crop style tops too, but I think I'm leaning away from crop tops and appreciating more full coverage. I don't know, I go through phases with my activewear, but that's the phase that I'm in at this current moment. It does have a scoop neckline, and again, the white shark head logo, very plain on the back. And again, very stretchy. Definitely want to wear a bra underneath this because there's no built-in shelf or anything like that. Again, this piece is very affordable, squat proof, or not sheer, if you will. So if you didn't want to wear something, I think you would be fine, but you would still have the nippage. So I really love these two pieces together as a set, so you guys will see that in the try on portion. I also have here the everyday washed leggings. These are also going to be the 2.0 silhouette. These retail for $40 because of the dye process. Very subtle with the dye. Some of the other colorways look more intense than others. I actually had an older bra. It was like a minimal style. Can't tell you the name of it. It might be Reps Red. This is just called Red Wash on the website, but it matches perfectly. So it has the same reinforced micro ribbing on the glute space, the same thickness on the waistband, the vertical ribbing on the waistband. Again, this is a size small. The white shark head logo, I wish they would also just consider doing a tonal branding, but again, it is the most affordable line, so you can't have all the luxe features of more of their expensive pieces. But it also has like that micro ribbing around the quad area to really sculpt it in, I would say, a subtle way. It's not like the flex, is it Flex collection? Oh, that was like one of the first sets I ever bought back in 2020. Oh, a long way they have come with their designs, guys. I just feel like this is more my vibe. These, again, are more of a cropped style on me. So if you are a taller girl, keep that in mind as well. And then the gusset. Same details. The only difference with these is the coloring. So if you've been wanting something a little bit more of interest, definitely consider checking out the washed collection, and you might like it. I like that the seams are also tonal and they're not the contrast. So again, I didn't get a matching bra because I already had one that I thought would be pretty similar. And I also picked up the Everyday Seamless Flared Leggings 2.0 in a size small. And I'm a big fan, like I said, of the soft sculpt flares. Those are my absolute favorite legging on the entire Gymshark website right now. Like, the way I wear those every week to the gym is insane. So I felt like these would be something that I would absolutely love. I really love the cool brown color. I think it probably is my favorite out of the new collection releases. There's so much cool brown on the website. If you just type in cool brown, everything will pop up. So you can literally pick out loungewear, tops, bottoms. There's also shorts. I didn't get any shorts because for me personally, they're way too short, not practical or wearable. So I opted to go for the regular leggings to try, and then the flare pants. So they have the same waistband. Again, the thickness, no gaping. The retention is amazing. Definitely more compressive than soft sculpt. So keep that in mind with your sizing preferences. Faux seam with the reinforced micro ribbing on the glute space. I really hope you guys can see what I mean by that, and that it's hopefully picking up on camera. And I do feel like maybe what I don't like about the gusset, because I'm looking at it now, is it sits really high up on the front of the legging. So I think it's just more visible, and that's what I don't love. Whereas like soft sculpt, I can't see it. So I think that's where my issue lies, is how far up it sits and how wide. Like, it just really emphasizes that area, and then when you bend over to do an RDL or good morning, you can really see what's going on in that section. So I would just be more mindful of that, but everyone's anatomy is different. And the silhouette and the length is literally the same as my soft sculpt flares. So if you're a big fan of soft sculpt flares, you like the fit of them, you're going to be obsessed with these. I absolutely love that they came out with a brown colorway. I'm gonna give you guys some quick measurements on the flare pants, just because I feel like the inseam is honestly the most important. Again, this is a small. After trying on with shoes, I definitely think I would prefer to size up in these, but again, be mindful that when you size up, at least in my experience with everyday seamless as well as soft sculpt, it just creates more fabric and then you get a lot of bunching in the rise. So you gotta pick your battles. It works with a flat shoe like a Converse or even a Birkenstock, but when I was trying these on with a chunkier, what was I wearing, like a New Balance, it definitely was maybe like an inch from the ground. Mind you, I just feel like a flare should be touching the base of your shoe, almost touching the floor, but that's just my personal preference. So I do think that with wear, you could potentially stretch this fabric out, but for the sake of just measuring the inseam from the center of the gusset, it's measuring at 32-inch inseam. My inseam is 33 all the way down, so that makes sense. So these are great if you're shorty, and if you're not super tall. I would say like I'm pushing it at 5'6". So that's that. And then the waistband and the rise is all the same. Again, I do not have to fold this waistband over, so it's about 12 inches and a quarter in width. And I would say it's slightly tapered. It's not a straight up and down, but it's ever so slightly tapered. And then the full rise is 8.5 inches, and then the waistband thickness is 3 inches and a quarter. So the measurements, like I said, are pretty consistent. You can see a close-up of how thick the waistband is. It's not super uncomfortable. I do feel like I can still wear these leggings all day long and not have to feel like, oh, I can't breathe, I need to come home and take them off. So I would just be mindful of that. And then hopefully this will pick up the micro ribbing. I couldn't really tell with the sit-down footage, but that texture really makes a huge difference when I was performing my squat proofness and also just stretching the fabric out. You could just see the durability. So if I was sitting on turf, I definitely wouldn't have any issues there. You could also see the subtle contouring that goes around the bottom of your glutes, as well as the contouring that goes down and around the quads. Very subtle, but when I tell you, it makes such a difference when this is on. It's insane. I love the detailing of the everyday seamless. And then the body of the legging is just that soft, slick feel. Very breathable fabric. And when you do stretch it and it's on, hopefully you could see in the try on clips, it does have a bit of a sheen to it, which is not my favorite thing ever. But I'm glad that it doesn't have that sheen on the glute space, which is how the original everyday seamless was. And this is a close-up of the seam. So I do get such a flattering look on the backside, given that this has no scrunch bum. And I just love how this fits. I do think this is short glute friendly, to be fair. It doesn't come up as high as a legacy legging, for example, or even a Vital seamless, because I have to roll that waistband. And this is the seam on the knee area. So the flares flare out on me right below the bottom of my quad. So I find that to be very flattering. Stitching is 10 out of a 10. Very, very stretchy fabric. I love this cool brown colorway. It almost reminds me of like a deep taupe from Honor Active. So I think those would mix and match very nicely as well. So those are just some of the details, and then the measurements of the flares as well as the rise in the waistband of the everyday seamless leggings. So hopefully that helps you guys out when it comes to sizing. Again, honestly, if in between, you could totally size down because there is some stretch to it, and it will actually give you some more lift and compression if you're in between and sizing down. But if you're true to size, just go with your true size. You don't need to size down for the sake of just sizing down. Again, they have the white shark head logoing, the same contouring around the glutes and the quad area, And what I did notice, like in comparison to soft sculpt flares, there is a seam here. Like, I don't know what they do with their construction of their flares, but they look so good in comparison to like the Honor Active Effortless flares. There's a lot of crinkling around this seam here and extra fabric bunching and just wrinkling. These don't do that. So whatever they do with their design is amazing, and it just sits so flawlessly and seamlessly and doesn't look too baggy or bunching. And again, for the size small, there's no bunching in the rise. I feel like though, if I were to go up in size to medium, I would like the length of it, because you never want your flares to be high waters or anything. But I'll insert here what they look like with shoes on, so you guys can see I'm 5'6" with a 33-inch inseam for a reference. But I would probably prefer the inseam length of a size up, but I would probably prefer the fit of the rise without the bunching in a size down. So for sizing, just depends on what you guys like for preference. And again, these only come in one length. Unfortunately, I would love to see them come out with a tall version for these as well. And I wanted to try a different silhouette top, so I opted to go for the cool brown everyday seamless ribbed tank top. I sized up to a medium because it's a racer back style, and I don't like my lats to be squeezed and then having spillage over the cut of this, and I'm happy I did that. The fit is really nice. It is ribbed all around, so it matches the waistband perfectly. Again, this is a longer lined top. They had another tank style that had a thicker band at the bottom, and I feel like that would have pinched me too much between the tightness of the tank top band with the tightness and the compression of the waistband on the leggings. It would be an unflattering amount of spillage in between with my short torso. So anything that's like a longer line silhouette, I just feel like flatters my proportions more, and it does overlap the waistband of the leggings too. This also comes in black, I believe, as well. Equally as stretchy, but it has like that snapback and that thickness to it. You could wear a minimal bra underneath. I was fine without a bra, but of course you get the nippage. And I would lift in this. There was no gaping or anything like that. No lat spillage in the back. I didn't get any trap discomfort or anything. It's just such a comfortable, beautiful, full length silhouette paired with the leggings. I also believe I did the cool brown regular leggings because I wasn't sure if the flares were gonna be long enough of, you know, an inseam. So I just grabbed them to see which combo I liked the best. Comment below, do you like the regular leggings or do you like the flare leggings in comparison? But I just love this color so much, I couldn't resist, and I definitely couldn't leave it on the website. But yeah, it's definitely the gusset that was my issue. That's like the one downfall. But it's like, would I rather have the gusset or the sheerness? You know, these are squat proof. So absolutely obsessed, even in like this lighter colorway. Are you kidding me? These are more squat proof than Effortless and Amplify. So I was shocked with that. Also, keep in mind that this does have, like when it's all the way stretched, I notice in some lighting, depending on like your gym lighting, natural lighting, it definitely has like a shininess to it, but it's less shiny than the regular everyday seamless. So keep that in mind. And then I think everything else is lounge, I think. So Gymshark came out with this pump collection. I saw it last month, but I guess there was a delay and now it's out. So they came out with corresponding colors to the everyday seamless, and then also there's lift, like the lift seamless. So if you want a t-shirt to match, baby, you can have that. So I grabbed the pump in a large. So these are, where's the tag? A boxy silhouette. So if you're like me and you love an oversized like men's section t-shirt, you're going to absolutely love these. These are 100% cotton, so definitely hang dry. They have a good bit of stretch to the fabric. They're not stiff or hard or anything like that. They're very basic, simple silhouette. They actually have such good branding on the back, like this embroidered tag Gymshark logo, which is really nice. And this almost has like a brownish with a purpley hue to it. So I really like the cool brown colorway. I just absolutely love that they have pieces for everyone's silhouettes. Definitely size up if you want a true oversized fit, and if you want it to be slightly oversized, you can go with your true size. Me, the bigger the better. So I definitely recommend these t-shirts. Again, if you're looking for something to layer in the gym, or you're someone like me that doesn't always prefer to work out in just a sports bra all the time, especially with how freaking cold it is outside. Now I ordered the matching joggers to those, but they're shipping separately this week, and because of the snow, it's kind of a delay, but I'll show you guys them in this pink colorway. I got them in a large, probably should have gotten a medium because they are really oversized in the waist. However, they do have a really good draw cord on them, so these sit low-waisted on me. So definitely keep that in mind. I wouldn't size up, go true to size. They are extremely long, so if you're more petite, you might not prefer that, but someone like me that loves their sweats, especially a straight leg like this, you don't want it to be a high water. Also, you could account for shrinkage and stuff in the wash. However, I would not put these in the dryer. I would hang dry. But if you are a tall girl, these are tall girl friendly. If you love your sweats to drag on the floor, these are gonna be for you. Definitely just go true to size. Don't size up to a large like I did. And for the makeup of the fabric, these are 100% cotton. So I absolutely love that. They do have the terry fleece lining, so you're not going to get the fuzzies that will stick to you when you're sweating in the gym. Would absolutely love to do Stairmaster routine in this. I just love to sweat when I'm doing my cardio, my sauna, so this would be such a good sweatpant for that. And it also is still full length, I wanted to mention, because I got them and they're too oversized. When I fold the waistband, they're still long and they still look good. They don't look awkward and they're not too short. So they are wearable for me. I just wanted to mention the sizing. They have a good bit of like slight stretch to them. But if you love a straight leg, and maybe you've even tried the power sweats, I would say the fit is very similar and the feel is also very similar to those. But they have the same Gymshark tag logoing that's embroidered, which is really nice. So these came out in the cool brown, this pink colorway, and then I also have them in the black. And this is a true dark black. It's not like a dark gray, it's a black sweatpant, which I definitely need in my collection. So I'm obsessed with these. I think this would go so crazy with like a men's black graphic t-shirt. Like I can just see myself wearing that to the gym. Again, do not size up like I did. Go true to size. They also have a good bit of weight to them, and I also love that these are cotton. So these get a 10 out of a 10 for me. They also came out with matching super cropped zip-up jackets. Those are not my vibe because, girl, they said it's colder than Antarctica here in DC right now. Like, that's just not practical for me. But maybe if you love that style, it would be super cute to warm up in, even do a cardio routine. Or if you live in a hotter climate, like, I don't know, Vegas or Arizona, LA, Miami, whatever, you would love those. But I just opted for the t-shirts. So I wasn't able to buy the black because for some reason it went to like an error on the website. So maybe it will pop up and the stock will come in on the US site, but I got it in the beigey color. Again, they have matching, do they have matching leggings to this? I don't know, but it would be really pretty if you mixed and matched it with like the cool brown. And it's such a good neutral, but like a hue of pink, like a nude with a pinky tint to it. Also, the branding on these sweats is tonal matched. So absolutely obsessed with that. So I love the lounge so much. And then they also came out with new colors in the training fleece collection, which is my go-to after the gym and I want to be comfy. I put these on. These have the fleece lining. So this is the red set. Is it carmine red? I don't know, but I have a matching bra to this. I got this hoodie in an extra large because it does tend to shrink a little bit. I do put these in the dryer and that's just my own fault. But I don't have a red Gymshark sweatsuit. Like, are you kidding me? So I had to add this to cart and I did a big wardrobe declutter because like this is training fleece, guys. I had this since 2021. When you wear them every week, multiple times out of the week, you're washing them and you've had them for years, of course they're gonna show wear and tear. So it was just time for me to finally get new pieces. And again, it has a nice bit of fleece. It's not ultra thick or too hot where you can't work out in this. I will work out in these sets all the time. I would say it's pretty comparable to the Honor Active Midweight Lounge. So if you want something that's in between being like super thick but also super thin, this is the collection for you. Also very affordable compared to some of the other sweatsuits, especially the pump sets. If you're wanting something more affordable, they also have cool brown in the training fleece. So if that's something that you want to get, definitely check that out. They have the draw cords on the hood. I definitely love sizing up in the hoodie. You cannot go wrong with the fit. The bigger the better. So I like to get extra, extra large. They have the matte tips on the draw cords, which is nice. And it's a true oversized fit. Like, it just looks so good. So I've never tried the training fleece flare or their straight leg joggers. I got them in a large. These are long leg friendly. I probably would not put these in the dryer because I don't want them to shrink up in length, but the fit is so good. I can't wait to wear these to the gym, you guys. The joggers, keep in mind, don't have the draw cord on them like the hoodie does, but they do have pockets, which is nice. And if you size up and maybe they're too loose, you could shrink them if you wanted to, but you could also fold them over. So they're great for thicker thighs, which is nice. And then again, they go into a straight leg. I'm wearing a men's crest straight leg from Gymshark, which is on the website. I'll link below. I think the fit is very similar. And the men's ones that I have on are medium. I definitely think you could definitely size up if you want a true baggy fit and to account for shrinkage. So these get a 10 out of a 10 for me. I would definitely order these again in the straight legs. I love the traditional joggers. I have so many in my collection, and I absolutely love them. They're my most worn sweats from Gymshark for many years. So to see them add a ton of new colors on the website is honestly a dream come true. I would get more of them if I had infinite funds. I have the Perry set, which I wear all the time. I really want to get the Reset Pink, which is super cute. And I will say the black I have, it fades a lot. So honestly, I would just get a different color. Maybe opt to go for the pump, because this fabric, like, it doesn't fade. The gray is such a good staple. I wear that the most. And there's also the stealth blue. So if you want to get these joggers to maybe match any of your everyday pieces, like the t-shirts, would be super cute combo as well. So again, one of Gymshark's more affordable lines when it comes to sweats. And that's kind of what I wanted to highlight in this video, was the most affordable collections from lounge and also workout sets. So lots of new fun pieces, colorways, neutrals, brights, and basics. If you're looking for something that doesn't have a ton of branding on it, especially the pump and like honestly all of these, everyday seamless, neutral colors, sexy girly silhouettes, definitely check out the new Everyday Seamless 2.0. Trust me when I say it is absolutely worth it if you're a big fan of comfort but also just basics and staples, and you're also balling on a budget and maybe you want to redo your gym girl wardrobe for this new year. That would be an amazing collection to start out with and to wear in the gym. Again, you could do it for performance. It's truly a gym legging. For weightlifting, you could do your yoga, your Pilates, your walks, errands, athleisure, all of that good stuff, and it would be a good bang for your buck. So definitely check out the links in the description box below if you guys are interested to shop all the new items. There's a ton more stuff that I don't have because I spend a lot of my own money on Gymshark, you guys, so I can't just buy everything all at once. Maybe next month I'll get some of the new items as well to compare and review. But also depending on what they're going to be dropping soon, I don't know. I'm really anticipating new Adapt stuff, new soft sculpt stuff, but I'm very happy with all the new pieces that they've come out with so far. And again, make sure you guys use the discount code LaShay10 so you guys can get some money off at checkout, and you could save even more, guys. So if I had to pick a top set from this video and colorway, because I feel like that's kind of helpful, Everyday Seamless flares in the cool brown with the racer tank top. I think this would be so cute for a back day and upper body day, but also cardio, sauna. Like, this is just such a cute color combo and silhouette. So add to cart. Just add to cart, baby. I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. Bye.